There you go. Sacrifices, all of us. All
Sacrifices
around.
must be made by Theo.
Sacrifices. He's just like, hi.
Uh-oh.
So, with that, I want to welcome everybody to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host. We are coming to you live from the city where this all originated. Hey, well, kind of, sort of. I mean, I was living in Richmond when we decided to start the podcast. So technically,
were you in Richmond when we?
Yes, I was.
Oh wow!
I'd already moved out here in 2018. So
wow. Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, I am joined by the beanied one, Gerard.
What's up, baby? How's it going, everybody? How's it going, nerds? We have some technical difficulties with our next co-host, but hey, you know what? Roll with the punches, baby.
Well,
Bible weed, because you know what? We're with our boys, baby. The boys are back.
He is Theodorable, so you know. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the man with cash, our maitre d' services, the man, the myth, the legend, the Lions mane, Jason Valerio.
How's it going, guys? How's it going tonight? That's such a funny way we started. I'm sorry, but you know, sacrifices must be made, and then boom, Theo just roll.
Theo like just cut out, like
perfect timing.
Oh
perfect
man,
timing.
And all I can say is, screw you, Gerard, for sleeping in. Screw you, Jason, for getting a nap in.
And there he is.
Today's my day off, sir. How dare you? How dare you?
Y'all got sleep.
Lesson learned. With being notified that we're streaming, don't hit the X button.
Usually helps, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh man. And may I just say kudos to Jason. I'm digging the shirt, bud. Is that flower or is that like stars or flower? Okay, yeah. I like it, dude.
I'm gonna have to say that it easily reminds me, and I'm sure Matt will probably remember this. This reminds me of the episode of How I Met Your Mother when Ted randomly finds a shirt that he's just like, oh, I've never worn this shirt. And why have I never worn this shirt? And everybody's like, ooh, it looks so good. It looks so good. 2 days later, I hate this shirt.
I hate Ted Mosby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's not my favorite character. And the red boots.
Barney is everybody's favorite.
What was with the red boots? God, he was so annoying.
He was pretentious.
Yeah.
But he was still loyal.
He was. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So
it's hard to find loyalty sometimes.
That's true.
Sometimes
he was just annoying. He was just so annoying in the show for me. He really was. Everything else, and every other cast member, like I was okay with, even flaws and everything. But it was just like he was just. Can we get to the next scene? Like,
he was the guy that was like, it's not encyclopedia, it's encyclopedia.
Exactly. Like he was Ross, but he was more Ross. Like I could tolerate Ross, but yeah, Ted Mosby was too much.
Anyways. So a couple of things. First and foremost, to all of our friends in the LGBT community, happy Pride Month.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, happy Pride Month. That's right.
Yep.
So
that's right, baby.
Also, congrats to Soldier on his announcement this week that he is getting back into content creating after a 2-year hiatus.
Nice.
He is going to be officially
2 years.
Yep. And it was all because of all the backlash off of FF7 Remake. You know, he made his channel, and I mean his persona and everything is about Final Fantasy, right? And Soldier First Class, right? And he didn't agree with the ending to the game and the direction that it took. And he was honest about it, and he received backlash from all the people that were diehard FF7 fans. You know, even our show. We've disagreed on it.
Yeah.
On the direction and whatnot, and whether or not we like the ending. But no, he is going to be starting up a podcast with a buddy of his called The Gaming Effect.
Yeah.
And
Very cool.
it is
which one of our castmates, one of our
I actually helped out with that.
Leading men
nice.
Out with that, hey, I heard that. Shout outs. Props where props are due,
Nice, dude.
And hey, he gave the props. So honestly, like kind of backstory helping. So the podcast about gaming, but it's also gonna be about health and mental awareness and just a lot of that stuff. And which is stuff that doesn't necessarily get talked about on like the effects of constant gaming will have on your body, your mental capacity and stuff like that. So he had been trying to find something for the title of it that fit everything, kind of like with us with Crashing In. I mean, Jerry, you and I went couple of weeks trying to figure out what we were
for just names. We combined word after word at like, and then we just any kind of idea, and it's like kind of annoying how how we came upon.
Idea. It was like, that was a great idea. And then we go look it up on iTunes and web, see if there's a web domain out there. It's like, guess what it's taken? And we're like, and then we're just like, screw it, Crashing Game Night. But no, the podcast name for them is going to be based on the Tetris effect, which is an actual real psychological phenomenon, in which, you're playing something or you're doing something so much, it shapes your thoughts, your dreams, like your life. I mean, with Tetris,
also a great game, by the way. Also a great
game. Fantastic game that I've been playing since a kid. Everybody knows. I mean, I'm a Tetris fanatic.
You're the avid Tetris guy, yeah.
I still need to see that Taron Egerton movie on.
I do too.
I still have to see that too, and I heard good things. Like it was very interesting, and it was well done.
So I was like, dude, why don't you just call it Gaming Effect? So
you even helped with the name. You got the name.
Oh
yeah. Nice, bro.
Go listen.
Oh, very cool.
I feel like Jared just joined the converson now.
Right.
Shut up.
I mean, he's gonna be talking about the entire time.
No, but like, you were going on like you were helping them like all the technical stuff and helping them, but like, you helped them with the name. I literally
just said it too, Jerry. I was like, someone gets a special shout out on our show for helping them, and you're like,
for helping them, not specifically naming the damn podcast. Like, am I the crazy one?
We'll work on explicitly saying.
No, I'm just saying. No, I heard what you were saying, but like all of it was interesting, but like, oh man, you helped them name it too.
Yeah.
Screw you guys. Like I was listening.
Do you need a looser beanie there? I mean,
we know you're listening. It just took you a few. I think there's a lag up there. You caught up eventually.
Too much beanie sweat.
It's too tight, man. No, but no, it was like I texted him like, dude, why don't you guys go with like Gaming Effect? Like, because it was a struggle. Like, I told him, I was like, Jerry and we went weeks trying to figure this out. It's hard to try and find something that speaks to what you're doing and stuff. So yeah. So
you also wanted to be kind of commercial or like kind of, have them people like, oh yeah, that's a good thing, or I get that. Like, you know what I mean? So it's hard to come up with a name like that. So yeah, that's awesome, man.
So kudos for him for coming back. He's at a point now with, the little one's not a little one as much anymore, and he can kind of devote a little bit of time to it. So it's getting him back in there. So with that, let's talk some news. So first and foremost, Knights of the Old Republic 2, which came out on the Switch, which was promised to have all the DLC with it. The DLC has been canceled.
Oh no!
And they sent out a little bit of a notification out, and this is from Aspire. So Aspire is a company that is also working on the Knights of the Old Republic remake for PS5, but Aspire says, we'd like to thank the KOTOR community for their immense passion and support for the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic series. That passion allowed us to bring this timeless series to the Nintendo Switch, and we are forever grateful. Sadly, today we are announcing that the restored content DLC for the Switch version of Knights of the Republic 2, the Sith Lords, will not be moving forward for release. We'd like to thank everyone for their continued support by providing a complimentary video game key to players that purchased Star Wars Knights of the Republic 2, the Sith Lords on Switch before this announcement. Players may pick a replacement key for the following list. Knights of the Republic 2 on Steam, Knights of the Republic 1 on Switch, Force Unleashed on Switch, Republic Commando on Switch, Episode 1 Pod Racer on Switch, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, and Jedi Outcast. To receive your complimentary key, please visit support.aspire.com and submit a request with your Nintendo proof of purchase attached. The Aspire team. This is getting a crap ton of backlash because.
Okay, why?
So first and foremost, the Knights of the Republic 1 and 2, they came out well over a year ago. That was one of the things that, hey, the DLC is coming with, you'll see it soon. And then it was like, hey, it's delayed. In the meantime, Nintendo has been promoting the legacy bundle, so to speak, which that bundle includes Force Unleashed, Republic Commando, Episode 1 Pod Racer, Jedi Knight. It includes all those games.
So everybody paid that extra.
Okay.
So everybody paid that extra on that bundle, and then they turned around and said,
"Just give it for free.
Here, you know, we're going to give you a free game key."
You get one game key, so it's really a game for a game, and they figure that's probably okay.
But here's the thing: is if you bought that bundle, you don't get the keys null and void. It doesn't matter because you already have the games that they're offering for free.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So the only thing you're going to be able to do is go get the Steam key.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. I feel
so
like
that only gives them one choice. Yeah, that's not.
I feel like if anything, that they're kind of messing up with the fact that it requires a proof of purchase. Because otherwise, like I feel like it's like, okay, it's been 1 to 2 years, and like all of a sudden it's on PlayStation Plus for free, type of deal.
So yeah, so a lot of people, that's the big thing is like, one, it's a proof of purchase, which you're going to have to go back through your Nintendo records, your purchase history to find where you bought it. But
yeah, I'm not that organized for a couple years.
Ooh, that's no, it's in your history. It's on your Nintendo account, right? But I think the bigger thing
you just have to take the time to find it. And
you made these promises, and you now are saying, hey, after we kind of promoted a bundle that includes all these games that you just bought, now we're going to offer you a free copy.
Yeah.
Oops. So,
but just the base bundle is going to come out. The 2 games. The
games are already
happening?
Out.
The games are already out
for over a year.
So at the day of day one when it came out, it was selling it for that bundle.
No,
and now they cut that. Well, those are the perks of the bundle. Now they're taking away those perks.
Not even that.
And having you choose one.
So what it was is the games came out a year ago.
Yeah.
So back then you didn't really get them bundled right off the get-go. Like PlayStation Store offers their whatever games have come out for like Republic Commando, Episode 1 Pod Racer, Jedi Starfighter, Jedi Knight, and all that. They offer those as a bundle. But those games came out originally, Knights of the Republic 1 and 2. Spire said, hey, we're going to be doing all the DLC for these games as a way to incentivize people to go ahead and buy the game ahead of time with the promise the DLC was coming. Now, in the last, I think it's like month or two, they've been promoting the bundle, and it was on sale for a little bit on the Nintendo eShop, where you could get all those Switch games they just mentioned, plus Knights of the Republic 1 and 2, with the preconception that the DLC was coming. So they promoted buying the bundle. People bought the bundle.
Gotcha.
All those games, which Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy, Republic Commando, those are great games,
Yeah.
for when they were out,
The
right?
damage is
And
already
then-
done.
And then they come out and say, hey, whoops, we're not bringing it out now. So my question is, do we have any faith after this that the KOTOR remake, which has been
Funny deal.
has been delayed indefinitely, do we see that even coming out?
No.
Probably
DLC?
Yeah.
I don't think
No,
it's going to come out.
No,
No,
the
even the
DLCs,
game
no,
remake.
I'm talking
the remake.
For the remake?
Knights of the
Yeah, the
Republic
remake.
remake, which
Um,
PlayStation advertised in a kind of showcase-esque state of the play, whatever, over a year ago.
Yeah.
It's going to
Now
be on the
that-
back burner, honestly.
Well, what else do they have coming? Because
Aspire, that was the Knights of the
it?
Republic is it.
Yeah. This is
so
the make
so
or break.
I would say I would say that's the reason why they're putting all their ducks into the remake and not even bothering with the DLC. They're cutting bait and running.
Well, then that would tell me that they're even in worse waters as a
Yeah.
company. That if
Probably.
if most of their effort only goes into a remake that doesn't take necessarily as much as new content like a DLC, even though a DLC is shorter,
Yeah.
but it means like they must be bleeding on workforce and so forth
Well,
in
yeah,
order to
because
get anything.
because remember it's a remake, so like they are technically starting from scratch and like nitpicking from the old game.
Not
But-
really.
but-
You have
from
the
what they were
structure,
promoting, from what
You
they
have-
were
you have the
promoting
base.
from the trailers, from what I'm getting,
Mhm.
it's supposed to be a whole restructure type of remake.
Correct.
Which is that's why I feel like they're putting all their ducks in that, because that's supposed to be their next big kind of restart for their franchise, because it's a PS5 game.
I mean, like
That's
still, though,
merely why I think they're doing it for that. But who
if
knows?
that's the
Like you
case-
said, they might be in trouble
if
too.
that's the
And
case,
you might be right.
if that's the
I think
case,
it's
and
bait and
they're
switch.
even doing right now the whole like proof of purchase for the complimentary key or whatever. If they were to do things right for the gamers, I think for those that bought the bundle and can do the proof of purchase, you get a discount on the next game.
Or
on the
a
remake.
Well, no, the remake's going to be on
Just-
PlayStation.
Yeah.
These games were on Switch.
Switch.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're pretty
Yeah,
much
the remake is
Cost
for
of money.
PS5. That's why I feel their ducks are in that project, which is why
think
they
this
cut the
is-
DLC.
I think it's
But-
bait and switch.
I also agree they also could be in trouble. It's
Because-
either way, it doesn't look good, I think.
Well, because the way I think it's bait and switch is because when you put these games out, which they were announced right at the time of the KOTOR remake announcement, at that time you said, hey, we're going to be bringing out the DLC.
Mhm.
Over a year ago, they made that promise to say the DLC is coming.
Mhm.
And now, well over a year later, all of a sudden, poof, the DLC is not coming out. Poof, KOTOR remake is shelved indefinitely.
Yep.
Because the rumor is that they're having to redo it from the ground up because they screwed up so badly.
Hmm.
So I think, honestly, this would be one of those ones that, Nintendo's not going to do it, but they should, honestly. I think anybody who bought KOTOR 2, which was $10 or $15, should just get issued a credit for it. Or something.
that was
have
that
Yeah,
was
credit
the
or
thing.
it's not
something.
going to happen.
That was the
It's
other
not
thing
gonna
why
happen.
I was interested on why people were so angry. One, I totally get it, but also if they had the option to just ask for their money back, but
It's not going to happen.
it looks like that's not going to happen. They have to choose one or the other. It looks like, which I would say a lot of people aren't really happy about that either.
No.
Which
No.
I'd be the same way too. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of their clients, a lot of the people that would follow them lost complete faith in this company.
Yeah.
It's just like saying, hey, you
Yeah.
know what, the Uncharted series, you get the Uncharted Legacy 1, 2, 3 and the DLCs, but you know what, we're gonna leave it out and just say screw off and just keep the money. Zero
Honestly, it'd
amount.
be like, think about this. It'd be like with Gorilla with Horizon, right? They launch the game, they promise, in this case, Forbidden West, right? They promise Burning Shores, oh, it's coming. The DLC is coming. And then all of a sudden, a year and a half later, they're like, no,
yeah,
maybe just kidding. Sorry, bros. Like, we're just gonna keep your money.
If they didn't promise the DLC up front, that it was coming, then this wouldn't be a big deal. They can just be like, say, hey, we had planned on bringing out this DLC content.
Well, yeah.
Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do it right now.
Yeah. But I would also say, like, promoting it, heavily promoting it too, backing it, putting money behind the promotion, like, also sealed the deal of like no, no matter what, you're going to be wrong. Like, you already, like, the damage is done.
And plus, again,
unfortunately,
we're going down this whole rabbit hole of remakes again that just sometimes don't need the remake. Like, there have been a few where, like, okay, we're cool.
Well, yes, but depending on if there's a market for it. And right now,
I would say KOTOR, yes, there is a market for it. But here's
with the popularity going on, there's a market for Star Wars in every facet, in thriller, in spy, in open world. Yeah, man, like
original Xbox game. Keep in mind, so it's dated. I mean, at a minimum,
but it's also had its key fan base too, where there really was.
Let me put it this way:
a good chance it could start a franchise.
Let me put it this way. If there was no KOTOR, there would be no Mass Effect. There would be no Dragon Age.
It probably still would be, but
because that's where BioWare
reach of a statement there.
Because I mean, like, if we want to go in that if we want to go down that spiral, it's like, oh, you know what? If EverQuest is never made, we'd never have online games. It's like
no. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, it's certainly a pioneer and one of the first of its kind to do that, especially to give you your choice kind of RPG type of game. But once again, I still agree with Matt. There was a market for it, and there was a huge fan base that really was waiting for this to come out, or at least something along the lines of around the same kind of game. So that's what I still kind of feel like it could come out.
I don't know, guys.
Bro,
I'm just saying,
it's so constipated making that noise.
I know, right?
Bro, so here's the
push hard, please.
Bite down. We're gonna get through this.
When you look at BioWare, right, when they first came about in the foundation, of the company, right, they did first game was Shattered Steel, which was like a MechWarrior game. Then they went on to do Baldur's Gate. Way back.
Oh, Baldur's Gate? They did that one?
Yeah. So, but then, they did MDK 2, Baldur's Gate 2, and Neverwinter Nights. But where they really became BioWare, the BioWare we know and love now is Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah.
And I think that if they didn't have the success that was Knights of the Old Republic, there wouldn't be Mass Effect or Dragon Age.
Or it would have taken twice as long for it to come out.
I mean, it's probably still would have come out in that sense. But again, there are certain things I'm just saying, like, yes, there is a huge following.
I just think it was one of those games that really helped pave the way and kind of like shown us a new kind of type of game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
in an amazing like element, which was the Star Wars element.
The actions and consequences aspect. Yes, like I get that. For its time, it's kind of revolutionary for its time.
But the thing is, we still really haven't gotten a game that's been that in depth and that impactful. Most of the time, the stories are still kind of written for you. That game, like your choices not only impacted your story, but it impacted the character. Like you slowly saw yourself degrade if you were going closer to the dark side.
Yeah, well,
other opportunities were opening up to you.
And it was how you interacted
where you were going,
characters, and how it changed things later on. And you saw that
a lot of games don't go in depth to that extent from that game.
Outside of like Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain,
Well, I mean, like literally the whole
company. But what I'm talking about is there are games that have those elements in their games, but not all of those elements, like Knights of the Old Republic.
And that's
why it kind of paved the way.
Laid the groundwork for Mass Effect and Dragon Age, because with you look at Mass Effect, right? Choices you make in episode 1 or game 1 rather show up in 2 and 3, and depending on how you react in game 2 to decision from 1 will determine what happens in 3. And it's some of it's minor, some of it's major,
Also, look at the evolution of the games too after Knights of the Old Republic, in the sense of Mass Effect. So the first one was very clunky third-person action RPG. Technically, it didn't really back then. We really couldn't classify it, right, Jason? In the store, it's like kind of both. It really wasn't a thing back then. And then from 2 to 3,
it was able to be classified. I just
because it was on Xbox.
Well, it was on Xbox, but shooter. But we didn't normally say action RPG. That wasn't like a normal thing we said back then.
No, it wasn't.
But then you see the evolution from 2 and 3, where it's more streamlined, where you're seeing more of the action become more prevalent.
And real quick,
go ahead.
Theo, KOTOR is not snore.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. High five, Theo. Both me and Theo know. It's a great game. I'm not doubting it. I'm not like, throw it under the bus. Hey, you know what? Cyberpunk. It's in the same realm as Cyberpunk, or no, I'm not saying that.
But that's a great game now.
Well, now it is.
But it didn't. Hold on, though. I will say this: KOTOR did not age well.
But let me also preface that KOTOR wasn't my type of game. I didn't play it. I played it. I played it for a good week. I gave it a good week, and it just wasn't my thing, because I wanted to fight. I wanted to have action buttons. So that's why I got into those games a lot later. But I appreciated what that game was, because it was a few years more, it's going to be the type of game that I want to play. And I got games like that. But I would say it's one of the first.
To a certain extent, but you didn't get I am in belief that Mass Effect, the way that they did Mass Effect, it never took to any other company. No other company wanted to touch it, because it didn't really get that kind of ramp up from the community, the gaming community, because it kind of was more of a niche. It hit a niche.
It was,
But it wasn't for Xbox for a while.
That's why, to my knowledge, Mass Effect is the only one that's ever done a continuation story where that if your save file had your effects, that it carried over to the other.
Correct.
I mean, it's literally the whole company of Telltale Games, guys. Come on, this is what we're all talking about.
Nobody,
maybe.
I did it,
but
multiple times.
But I'm going to put it out there, since we were talking about whether or not we see them even doing Knights of the Old Republic further, the remake. When was the last time BioWare put out something good?
No. So BioWare's not doing the KOTOR remake. Aspire is.
Okay.
But to your point, though, BioWare has run amiss.
They're running dry.
Andromeda wasn't.
That was a huge hit and miss, and
their saving grace is to return.
Andromeda was 2017. Anthem was 2019.
Anthem was not great.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition is just a re-release. It's just
it's a remaster.
Just a remaster.
But
and they have
graphically updated
Dragon Age Dreadwolf coming out.
Dreadwolf is in, and they've got the parts of the original Mass Effect team are back doing a new Mass Effect that is in the works. But Aspire is the company that PlayStation tapped to do the remake. For me, I don't see Aspire launching this game. I think it's going to turn into be Metroid Prime 4 for PlayStation. I think what they're going to have to do
is... Are they the primary on it?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. Because I mean, I'm looking at their list
really
of games, and they certainly help out on some good games, but it doesn't look like they're primary. Because they're listed on Borderlands 2. We know for sure they're not primary on that. BioShock Infinite, SimCity 4, Call of Duty, Black Ops. Like there's definitely not primary on any of these. So they're definitely not a name to do something.
I think
even if it's something that is like, don't at me for this, but dated as KOTOR.
It's 20 years, man. That's all I'm saying. You're bringing back a 20-year-old game that was great for its time. Let it lie.
Still has its following. But
of
to your point, Jason.
Well, with a company of that caliber,
has a following.
I kind of agree now. I either see it not happening, or we're going to hear a major postponement.
It's already been. PlayStation has already announced.
But postpone again if they're going to put their cards in that company since they bought them. I wouldn't be surprised for another postponement or
no. PlayStation doesn't own them yet. I mean, they're still their own third-party company.
Oh, then
they just basically said, they're probably want you. I think this is going to be like the Metroid Prime 4 situation where Nintendo went to Bandai Namco, said, "Hey, we want you to do Metroid Prime 4." They screwed up so bad, they had to go back to
shelve it. Yeah,
they had to go back to Retro and say, "Fix it." And
you might be right.
You know.
This might have to go to another company.
Later.
It's not. Yeah. It shouldn't. Like, we've been talking about this for how many weeks now? Where a game just need to let it just be. Let it be. It was great for the time.
I would honestly
not.
I would love Blue Point to get a hold of it and just remaster it. Don't remake it. Just remaster it. Bring it out for a $20-$30 game, and let this generation actually enjoy it. Because I mean, it is a good game. I mean, it needs some graphical updating like no other. But
see, I was more excited for it if it was going to become a full-fledged remake. I was excited if they were going to emphasize more on the decision making, get more of an action-based type of like Star Wars game, but a total open world like RPG. Yeah, I was excited for it.
If you want. About say, if you want to,
Go, Jason. Go ahead.
No, if you want to remaster, we can deal with that because remaster literally is just make everything look pretty. Make everything look pretty. It's the same thing. Make it look pretty. Don't put the name remake or
no.
Stop it. Like, you know, we had this whole discussion again from what happened with Final Fantasy VII, where we're like, okay, we have this entire game that we know exactly what's going to happen. And we're going to repeat ourselves right now. So I don't care, like, if you want to say, okay, this is the route you want to go for a remake, but if you want to remaster, that's a lot more acceptable.
I'm okay with the remaster.
Yeah, to put it for $20, sure, you know, because it is a 20-year-old game that we're just like, you know what, here's some better graphics.
No, for this one, I was really hoping for a remake. I'm talking about
a full remake,
complete beat redone.
At this point, if PlayStation wants this to go forward, you do kind of what Nintendo did. You know, like they went with Metroid Prime, they went back to Retro. PlayStation, this is what you need to do. If you really want this project to go forward, go call up Respawn and say, you know what? Give it the Jedi Fallen Order treatment.
No, I mean, no. Again, if you want to remaster
it, the only one that can make a Star Wars game right now.
Don't make another one just because you got to marvel it up. You know, don't marvel it up.
Yep.
Just
all right.
Remaster. That's okay. That's fine. Make it look great. Make it look pretty. You know, it's been 20 years. People want to play it again. Sure, no problem. But if you're gonna remaster a 20-year-old game and then just like kind of slice and dice it a little bit, you know, the following, could be there. It could support it, but based on what just happened with Aspire, you know, we're like, hey, I don't know. You know, everyone was saying the same thing with Final Fantasy.
Hey, Jason.
Just because we're like, oh, there's a fan base out there. There's a fan base out there. Well, I mean, there's a fan base for all games. I wish that Shadow of Colossus got a remake or a remaster. They did, and it's beautiful, But that's all I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to be this brand new remake of Shadow of Colossus or Ico or any of the Ueda games that are just beautiful, or like even Journey. Journey is such a simple game, but you can't remake it. Like, oh, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Nothing. The same
thing.
Hey,
Jason, I want you to keep that I don't know attitude for a second. So we got some monthly updates.
Oh,
your favorite time of the month.
Bro.
So first here is Switch
Harvest
Online.
Moon.
So they're getting Kirby Tilt and Tumble, Blaster
I love that game.
Dude.
I love Tilt.
I remember
the original
Kirby.
Harvest Master, and then Mystery Tower.
Harvest Moon, dude. Like, you have no idea.
Mystery Tower.
That is. If anybody plays that game, that is the game. That is OG Animal Crossing. That is the best, man. Like,
dang,
holy hell.
Yep. Now we go from that to.
Oh God.
This is what Xbox.
Dude, why do you do this to you? Why do you do this to me?
No,
I'm all happy.
They're hinting now. They're finally agreeing with us. Xbox should
finally
say,
"Oh my God,
adios,
adios." And the Veil, $20.
Oh my God.
And Adios is $17.99.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yo, Theo, I think they're listening to us, man. I think they're listening.
No,
not really, but
why?
But I will still talk smack on this.
Yeah.
I mean, at least they're in the realm of more recent games.
What are the? Can we go to the descriptions? I'm very curious. I have questions.
Okay. Adios is
God.
one choice can change everything. You are a pig farmer in Kansas who has finally had enough of your role helping the mob dispose of poppies on your farm.
Bro.
So
is this a hint of Games of Gold right now? Like, adios, seriously? Like, they're just trying to find a place to bury it, just letting it keep going until people are just tired of it.
That one sounds interesting.
Jerry will probably understand this, but as soon as you read that, like, what immediately got into my mind visually was why can't I remember that movie?
Snatch.
Jerry, you have to help me with this movie. The one with
Snatch.
No, not Snatch.
Brad Pitt.
But it was purely black and white, and in the crap, why can't I think of the movie? But anyways, if I describe it, it was black and white, and Elijah Wood was the villain, and all you saw was the white eyes.
That's Sin City.
Sin City. Thank you.
Sin City.
Immediately made me think of the scene with Sin City in the middle of nowhere with this rickety house, and you got this creepy looking character that's just purposes
that's
cutting up
that's
bodies.
Just
cutting up bodies.
Yeah. Dang. I'm kind of interested in that now. Oh, interesting.
And then here's June.
Because of the Sin City spiel?
Dang.
NBA
2K23.
Yeah,
wow.
that's a
Jurassic
shocker.
Park?
2K23. That is a very
Trek to
big shocker.
Yomi. That's pretty
Wow.
good too.
Yeah, Trek to Yomi. I am ready.
I haven't heard of that. I'll check that out.
Sure.
At this point, I mean, you got the NBA Finals going on right now, so one, you could kind of capitalize on it just a little bit, but two is nobody's
at least
really
they're taking the chance to capitalize on it.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, this game, like NBA 2K23, has been on sale like repeatedly.
It's not just that.
Months.
Not just that, but a lot of people are refusing to download this.
It is okay. So I was talking to Jerry about this because I had it on my console. Yeah. I deleted it off my console, even though I enjoy playing basketball games. It's 150 gigs.
Yeah, that's why. That's why nobody is downloading it.
Hold on. Plus the save file is 3 gig.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's the reason why people are not.
So it's the Call of Duty of 2K.
Yeah.
Oh, beyond that, it's just one unit of a game where it just takes up way too much space for you to enjoy it.
I would rather have Jedi Survivor on my console than
you'd rather have like 7 games on your console than just
Jedi Survivor. Honestly, Jedi Survivor's up. It's up near almost 150 gig. So for me, once I'm done with Jedi Survivor, that's going to get deleted off my console.
Oh yeah.
So again, PlayStation better month than Xbox. So
it's not fair anymore, man. It's not
Nintendo's
fair.
better than Xbox.
Right.
And they're doing even older games.
Yeah.
So with that, they also are doing a new Stars campaign, which is their little rewards program that is through the PlayStation app. It's where if you play different things, you get rewards points, and you can turn those points. You can actually trade in those points for credit on the PlayStation Store, which is actually you're getting money. Versus Nintendo, you get a little bit of discounts here and there, or you get little trinkets from the store. So,
it's rough though, man. Like, have you looked at the whole Stars thing?
I mean, I do it.
It's rough though, man. Like, for example, it takes, if you just go straight playing the games that you own and stuff like that, it takes you like 8 months in order to get a free game or something like that, or you have to pay $1,000.
Yeah, and like even the level 4, right, is you get to basically cut to the front of the line, for PlayStation support, like when you call them in. But so they're doing like Dead Space, they're doing a little thing for that for playing it. They're doing if you owned a pair of the PlayStation 3D display glasses, you're getting a replica of those. If you own the Scarlet Red PS3 back in the day, they're giving you a replica of that.
What is like? Are these?
But
just
these are all digital collectibles.
They're all digital.
What is the point?
Flexing.
So
that's all it is. Flexing.
But flexing what?
Flexing to your friends that, hey, bro, like I got a red PS3 on my PlayStation account.
I get that.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
It was fun with like
so
the Steam cards,
but like still,
it's like Steam cards, but for doing nothing.
And then they're doing
they don't do anything.
So
theme shelving
for Sackboy and God of War, Last of Us, Uncharted,
Fallout.
Wow, they're giving us backgrounds. Wow, that's so awesome! I'm so happy. It's 2000.
See, like
this is what it is.
I gotta warn you, Jerry. If you close your eyes and listen to you actually sound sincere. So be prepared. People listening, they're like, "Oh my god, what's he talking about?"
I don't really completely pay attention. I'll go look at the Stars challenges and be like, "Hey, look, I'm planning to play that game anyways, so I'll go ahead and activate the quest to get the coin for it." But I mean,
those things were ridiculous.
So when it comes down to it, Nintendo's Switch Online rewards program is way freaking better.
Oh yeah,
like. You get, yes, you get the coins. You can use the coins you get to for discounts, like the gold coins.
If you get enough of them, you can buy a game.
The silver, but the silver coin, which is really what you get for your rewards, right? Is those are just their reward plan is, hey, make sure you're updating your save files through the cloud. Make sure you're, just go play a game that talks to Switch Online, like Animal Crossing, once a week or something like that. But then they bring out icons like for games like Animal Crossing, Zelda, Mario Kart, right? And you can make your own custom icons for your player icon, where and then on top of that, you can go spend those silver coins in the place or the Nintendo shop, the actual physical one, and get like keychains and stuff like that. So it has a little bit more oomph to it when compared to PlayStation Stars.
A little bit more angst to use it or spend it.
Yeah.
Next to PlayStation, which is, evidently it's nothing.
Yeah, it's
really
kind of baby NFT.
Yeah. Baby steps. They're getting there.
So
they're moving. They're moving forward.
So with that, Jay, what you been playing?
Oh, me, I have not been playing much of anything.
Congratulations on your constipation there. I appreciate the relief.
Yes, I am, who does number 2 work for?
God, those Browns make it to the Super Bowl.
Haven't
leave
We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this.
Leave him alone. He's just over there prairie dogging.
I mean,
but
those
those
Xbox games with gold helped him say adios to those.
Yeah,
I hope that is like that is literally a premonition of the games of gold. I am praying, like
you're officially manifesting that out right now.
Yes, I will put it out there. Like it is just. Stop.
It has officially gotten to the point of pointless. It is pointless. It has been pointless for forever.
But just
too long.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Rename it or whatever.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But, I haven't been playing anything really. Haven't even played Ghost just because like getting a little bit of just
a bit of a break.
Case of the Mondays, you know. Case of the Mondays, you know. Just tired, so I've been trying to relax, rest up, compose myself again, and just be mentally healthy.
Gotcha.
You know.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Nothing much. Yeah, nothing much really. Playing, watching a lot of shows since the writer strike is still going on.
What do you watch?
Catching up on a lot of shows. You know, like that's the only plus side to this is I can actually catch up. So.
Oh, so
Matt, what about you?
I'm Marvel.
It's true.
You're gonna trigger him. You're gonna trigger him
now, right?
So, I thought about it. We talked about it. We're like, it's like.
Well, the DGA struck a deal, so they're not going to go on strike. But
told you.
The actors are still planning to go on strike at the end of the month, so we'll see what happens. But no, for me, what I've been playing, not a ton because last week was busy. But that being said, I have 2 runs going right now. One of Jedi Fallen Order and one of Jedi Survivor. So
sick. So
I'm kind of bouncing going back and forth to kind of see how they're doing. And more so on Fallen Order just to get that through. I'm a little disappointed because my save file did not pop the trophies from my PS4 playthrough. So, which sorry, I'm re-entering the trophies. It's no big deal. No big deal. Re-entering that trophy, pulling a Jason with like Final Fantasy VII, just kind of
nothing wrong with that.
Nothing real, but
and again, when you go through a game again, you get to feel it out again. You're like, I remember this. Like, it's like what Jerry does every week with RD2R2. Just I remember this, and just go fishing, and just
yep.
Oh, I got the trophy again. Yes,
dude. I am so ready to play Harvest Moon, though. I am so ready to play it.
That's so funny.
And then I was during this trip, I've played a little bit of the OG Ratchet and Clank.
Why is that, Matt?
Because I had to get a new Vita. I went to prep it because it's easier to pack the Vita than it is the Switch, for travel, especially since this is just a 2-day trip. So it's just a backpack. I just threw my clothes in it and whatnot. So I wanted something to play. So went to get the Vita out last week, and it had massive drift on the left joystick because I wasn't paying attention when it was, in my little storage bin that it was in, and something was resting on it and really jacked up the joystick.
Oh no!
So,
bummer.
So, however, I was able to get a very cherry blue Vita with a 60 gig card for $90 off of eBay. So
not bad.
So yeah.
Sick, yo.
What you been playing?
I've been playing Destiny. I still got that going on. Not as much
I am
recently.
Disappointed. But... I am so disappointed in you guys. I make a Phineas and Ferb reference and no one catches it.
Oh, I was not an avid Phineas and Ferb.
You suck.
Yeah. Phineas and Ferb,
and also you need to make your voice a little bit more
girly.
Cartoon? Like,
you need to make your voice a little bit more girly.
What you doing?
Yeah. Is that a cartoon?
Oh my god, you don't know?
Yeah, I didn't watch it. No, I didn't watch it.
They always find out what they're going to do for the whole summer, or what they're going to do that day for the summer. All the kids come over and they do some really crazy
I
stuff.
have absolutely no idea what you're
Perry
saying.
the platypus, bro. Perry the platypus.
I mean, you're dressing like him.
Oh, the detective. Oh, I remember.
The detective.
Right?
It's Agent P.
He's a spy.
He's a spy,
yeah.
dude.
Agent P.
The only reason I remember that is because there was a Disney Infinity figure of him, or I think there was a plan of him.
There was no. They released a Perry the Platypus, but
oh yeah.
Evil Incorporated.
Never watched it.
All right. Yeah.
Well, for the writer's strike, you have something to watch now.
Right.
I have a lot to catch up on, dude. I finally finished The Rookie season 1.
What?
I need to go.
Yeah, bro. I got a lot to catch up on.
I stopped watching after season 3.
Why? It got better.
Yeah, I heard it really did. That's why I need to catch up. I just need to catch up, but I will.
No, I don't know.
Anyways,
I've been playing current season on Destiny. It's actually a pretty good season. I like what they've been doing. They've essentially made the game mode that they have, or the like activity, almost on par with like end game content without needing to do the like specific roles in order to do certain things, like champions, like always needing to set up your load is like, okay, I gotta handle the champions. I gotta make sure that I friggin' affect them and ruin them and whatever. But no, now it's just like bombard, be massively hit on one hit enemies and everything, and it's just like it's actually pretty cool. I like it.
Oh, so it's challenging in a different way.
It's a refreshing change. Yeah, it's a different kind of challenge where you're either being surrounded by enemies the entire time, or you're just gonna get hit, slapped by a mannequin arm once and die.
Oh,
you're welcome. You're welcome, Matt. You're welcome.
Very funny and nice callback. Nice callback.
Greatness
recognized. I at least
recognized.
plan to take
oh god,
Tears of the Kingdom with me for my trip this weekend to Cali for my tournament. So you can at least play some Tears.
Oh, sick.
Okay.
Nice,
Jerry?
man. For me, it's been Tears for the most part, and I finished the bounty hunter section for Survivor.
Nice.
Okay.
And yes, just exploring, getting more of the cases, and I found an item that gave me like more items like showing up on my map. So I'm just clearing them out from planet to planet and just kind of wandering, getting in fights, stuff like that. But just those two.
Nice. Yeah.
For the most part.
Have
just
you guys
focusing
been able
mostly
to
on Tears.
Have you guys been able to catch up on the Hyrulean architecture or the Hyrulean engineering subreddit?
Oh, let's see here. Someone made a chicken roaster.
Yeah.
Where they literally also take the cuckoos and they threw it in the box, turned it on, and it literally made a roasted turkey.
That's awesome.
Well, it's also one where, because when you scare the chickens, it drops eggs. No, they drop eggs.
Yeah.
So they were able to cage it, so they have infinite amount of eggs that they could sell infinitely for rupees and stuff.
Let's hear somebody.
The one I liked the best though was
animal torture.
Was the one the forever charged vehicle where they put one of those electric I don't know what the hell it is. I haven't played, but it's one of those electric mobs, and it just powers up the whole car. So it's forever. So you never have to use
that's funny
energy and stuff.
I'm liking the traps that everyone's been making, like killing the Lionels or the group of bogoblins. But like they're like torture chamber. It's just so messed up. They literally just put it right on top of them, and it activates like the lasers, like as a fan. Oh my god, it's terrible. It's bad.
I actually saw one earlier today that was saying like the players in Japan hit it differently, and they made a fully autonomous, but you could still ride it, Gundam suit essentially. That it was just
so
going
insane,
after enemies.
Dude. They're so insane in that. It's so crazy.
It's like, oh my
Yeah,
God,
some of
that's
those
crazy.
videos are like some of them have been so clever that it's just like, oh man, that's way beyond what I
See,
like.
like,
Dude,
what's funny
dude,
is
it makes me
I
think
made
that
a cage.
I won't have
like,
that time to do those kinds of things.
Like, bro, I made a hoverboard. Like, I'm good, but damn, like a 3-piece section, like rocket gun. Like, you guys are insane. Like,
and
Oh
what's
yeah, I
funny
did see
is
that one
like
too. They
all the
even did
ones
like
that
a
are
space lift off.
yeah.
to Theo's point, right? All the ones that are doing all the like the violent stuff, it ain't the players in Japan. The Japan players are making robots and like
Yeah.
Automated.
We're getting more
shit.
creative, like with our catapults. Like that's so messed up.
Yeah.
But
Damn,
it's
dude.
still a good tell to like the creativity that you're giving to the players. Like there was another one that I saw that like is completely the reverse order because he's just like he's wearing that certain suit that like confuses or makes you look like you're a goblin, so you can talk to goblins and they'll like kind of follow you around.
The
So
monster
he's doing
the monster
entire
mask. Yeah.
thing of just is just like kind of making goblins follow around him, make him do things.
Oh my God.
I mean, no, the creativity is like I said though, is like, yes, I'm personally probably not going to finish the game because of some things that that's taking away from my enjoyment. But that being said, you have to I mean, the amount of ingenuity everyone is coming up with out of this game is pure genius.
They deserve their own videos. They're that entertaining. They really are. Yeah. So it is fun to watch, and it has been kind of like its own little phenomenon of like people just being creative.
Yep.
Speaking of which, did this may create like a longer convo or have to go to the next podcast, but did anyone see the WWDC?
Yes.
What
okay,
quick thoughts, and then we'll discuss it next podcast.
Okay, let's talk about like who the fuck is going to spend $3,500 for an augmented reality headset?
Okay, so this is my thing. This is my quick thing on that. I think we just saw, technically, in my opinion, we just saw the iPhone 1. This is the first iteration of what I think is going to be like a whole new line. So take that in consideration, especially with the price. I'm waiting, no matter what. This is a whole new like avenue for Apple. So all I would say is like keep that in perspective, and also why the price is what it is.
Like an iPhone.
Because right now you got to think like they're thinking we're going to set the market. So
okay, they are not.
They're not setting the market. They're following. They're behind because. Like,
they're very behind.
As much as I hate saying it, MetaQuest Pro is by far way more.
Was that the one that was just announced too? It looks more like like glasses
out and everything.
Can I just?
okay.
Can I just say this?
But it's a combination of VR and AR, so you can turn off the AR and be fully encompassed and everything. But they've done the whole. Like any number of screens that you want and any size you want, and having the AR menus and stuff, like that's already been done, and they're tripling the price because it's Apple.
Real quick, because then we can
also agree. Yeah.
So one, they ripped off the Vita
to an extent.
Vita what? They ripped off the Vita home screen.
Yep.
So the way those icons are laid out is exactly how the Vita is laid out.
They even like tilt and turn just like the Vita.
Yes, just icons. Like the Vita does.
Frames,
or
like a coin. Like it kind of like swung a little bit. Yeah, I saw that.
And two, Apple is not the Oasis.
I don't know. I don't think they're trying to be the Oasis, though.
No, but I'm just saying. Like,
there was a video that was comparing them and like the opening of their VR, their headset. The actual opening kind of mimicked a scene from.
They showed side by side of comparison.
Yeah, they showed but like I said before, this is when Apple comes out with a product like this, especially for a new line. they usually hit the mark with a lot of the features. But like I said, this is going to be their first iteration.
Oh, this is the first iteration.
First iteration of the iPad, it had its problems. The iPhone, it was different because it was the starting the market and a genre for something completely new.
So here's where I compare it to the Oasis, right? Think about this, right? When it comes to the Oasis, right? If you had money, you could afford the better gear. If you didn't have money, you got, everything else. Nobody right now, unless you're making 6 figures plus, is going to be able to afford a $3,500 system, like gear piece right now.
And once again, reiterating that this is going to be a
point. They always do the payment plan, so you have a year.
Yeah, but the other thing to reiterate on this being their first,
you can do it for a year, but you'll get the first. You'll need the firstborn.
But once again, just this is their first thing on the market where they always try and set precedents when it comes to this thing. But as I said, I see the longevity in this. Where I'm really not.
Don't lie to me, Jay. Don't lie to me.
No, dude, really, because there's no reason to, other than this is why I think it's going to make a dent, but it's not going to hit the mark. It's going to be a lot of creatives, a lot of business, and a lot of I would say studios are going to utilize this for different ways to experience entertainment.
Well, Disney's
it's not going to become more of a commercial or viable thing to want to buy until it becomes more practical. When I see it more of a smaller, the technology catches up with us a bit more, where it's going to be smaller. And technically, I see this potentially getting rid of the home computer.
No.
In a way, if you, depending on the market and the user, if they don't want to have a place to sit down and go on a computer, what if they can get their VR? And I'm talking about once the technology is a little bit more than what it is now. I'm talking about longevity.
Is the
what
Oasis
you're describing
in the future?
What you're describing to me is one, it's already done, period, in two ways. One with the Vision Pro and the MetaQuest Pro, because all you have to do is plug in your computer and you have any amount of screens that you want, and you don't have physical screens, so you can work in a.
But that's what I'm saying. Getting rid of the computer. All you would need is just the glasses, and that's your computer where you can do your work. You can add different screens. I'm talking about
the Oasis.
I mean, eventually, I see that as maybe that's the end game and that's where they're going. But what I'm saying is this is a first iteration. I'm going to wait until I see maybe a new redesign or a second kind of model, because once again, that price point isn't really for consumers right now. I think it's more for the companies, the business, entertainment. Or the diehard effing fans.
But how is it geared towards the companies and stuff when you need to be able to sit in one place for at least a number of hours in order to get the most use out of it per day? And anyways, and I don't know about you guys, I don't ever feel comfortable sitting in one spot freaking forever.
I don't either. That's why I don't invest in VR. It's just not there yet. And I don't think AR is there yet, but once again, this is their first thing that they're coming out with that it's going to hit the mark on some things, but it's not going to be the end all be all right now. It's going to have to be utilized from some sort of entity or entertainment thing for it to keep it alive. And that's where I see it going.
To Theo's point though, right? Even Google Glass is doing it for cheaper.
I mean, in my personal opinion, Google Glass was the closest to an actual AR than either MetaQuest or Vision Pro. This is too much of they're trying to say that it's AR, but you're still filling up your entire vision with what you're looking at with videos.
I can make money off of filling up 80% of the screen with ads.
Exactly. Whereas, like,
yeah, I mean,
like,
but that's what I mean, though.
Good AR that I've seen just gives you more information about your surroundings and giving some simplicity things. Like I would say a good AR would be something that you're wearing glasses and you see some shoes that you really like, and immediately something comes up like, you can find these shoes.
Notifications automatically pop up, and yeah, I totally agree.
It measures your the dilation of your eyes. It knows that you're excited. That would be something that I would picture as AR, not just like, okay, I have a quote unquote floating screen that doesn't exist, so that's AR. No, that's not me.
Who's doing all this again?
Nobody.
Apple? Oh no, I was saying, like, what's it for? Apple? So Apple's IOI? Yeah, I think so.
Oh my
Sounds
God.
Sounds about right. The Oasis is here. $3,500.
But that's what I'm saying, man.
I'm gonna buy it just so I can resell it, bro. Like, you know.
Oh my God. But that's why, man. Like, it's the first of its kind.
You know what?
It's
this is going to be like Gray's Almanac.
That's the thing. It's not the first of its kind, though. That's my point.
No, I'm sorry. Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. Let me correct. I am sorry. It's the first of its kind from Apple. Therefore,
just because it has Apple, I'm gonna buy it just so I can resell it, man. You know, we had the
I mean, you can definitely get the resale, right?
Heart, whatever. You know,
we're gonna end up with the eye doorstop.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm saying is, okay, the only thing I'm saying is about this product right now, it's a question mark, but I see the future longevity of it and where they could possibly go with it. And because it's Apple,
create a holodeck.
And the fact that they went into that market says something. They're going to put more of their resources into this market and that product.
No.
So the future iterations of it, I'm excited for. I'm not going to buy this product. It's not for me, but it gets me excited for what's in the future.
June 6th, 2023.
Well,
mark it down.
Mark
it down. I'm not going to buy this product. It's not for me.
Go right ahead, man. I'm not going to get it. I really am. Dude, it has to be heavily discounted or like for me to actually want to buy it right now.
Okay.
Well,
yeah. Right now.
Jerry's going to win the lottery and he's going to buy it.
Yeah. See, right now.
Dude, if I won the lottery, a round for all of us. Believe me.
Bro, if I am ever in person with you and you have that on and I see your eyes through your goggles, I'm going to punch you in the face. I'll tell you right now. Right now. You're taking that crap off and you're conversing with me.
You're gonna get that. You're gonna get. You see that? You see that? You see that?
I got a better idea.
Come on, blue shirt guy. Come on, blue shirt guy.
We're gonna go get the Nerf guns with the suction cup darts on them.
Yes, that's such a good idea.
Better idea.
So with that,
and then I want to have like things that move. So when you shoot it, the Nerf ends point around.
Praise.
That'd be awesome. That would be fun.
Oh,
absolutely.
I am on East Coast time.
Oh yeah,
it's only 10 o'clock right now.
I am going on 3.5 hours of sleep, fellas. I am exhausted.
You fly out tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I've got to go. I'm going on site tomorrow for 6 hours and then going to catch my flight.
Gross.
You're good, bro. Then party for like 4 more hours. You're good. I'm just kidding. I know.
Okay.
That would be ridiculous.
With that, I want to thank everybody for
with that. Jerry's still in his 20s. Somehow. I don't know how.
So
it's all in the mind, bro. No, I'm just kidding, dude. No, I'm tired.
Welcome to my world.
I know. I'm tired all the time. It's all the time now.
Beanie's cutting off circulation. Anyways,
it is.
If you like what you heard today, make sure to hit the subscribe button and follow, or head on over to crashinggamenight.com. Check out the platforms you can find us on. We'll have this video will be up this weekend. A little programming note coming up here, beginning of July. we are going to be joined by Sean Chiplock and Joe Hernandez to talk Tears of the Kingdom and what it's like to be part of both Breath and Tears. But with that, guys, I know things are real contentious out there, especially with the political landscape here in the States and around the world. So honestly, guys, just please just be excellent to each other.
That's right, everybody. The climate is still a little rough and questionable. So once again, let's just continue to try and persevere and just try and keep that same mindset and try and be a little kinder, a little bit more patient. Lend out a hand here and there, whenever you can, and just try and be there and be present. And let's just try and do a little better, and let's just try and be better. Okay, you freaking nerds, because I love you. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for hanging out. So,
dude, to steal some Theo lines.
I'm not trying to. No. I stopped myself. I cut it.
He did well.
Yeah.
Changing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we said at the start of this podcast, happy Pride Month, guys. So
yeah,
major support to a lot of the LGBTQIA plus communities out there. You guys are not
celebrate the parade, celebrate the month.
Give you props for saying that very smoothly. The acronym very smoothly, or the letters.
Oh yeah,
it's like natural.
Yeah, because
that's pretty good.
It's just a big support that you guys do get this whole month to put yourselves out there and enjoy
especially
that,
going back to what I talked about is in this climate. I think this month means even more now with
be safe out there, watch each other's backs, be safe and enjoy and celebrate.
Another shout out to all my homies out there that are playing Diablo 4. It is officially out today as we record this. 6/6.
Oh, what?
So I am questionably gonna get it. I don't know. Like my grindiness, just I'm questioning it. But you guys have fun out there. Please don't go too crazy and lock yourselves in. Go outside. It's nice out right now. It's nice
grass.
out now. Touch grass.
Smell the air.
But speaking of touching grass, we're going to touch down with my homeboy Theo. My man Theo. Send us off like you do.
Well, I'm going to put it out to you, fellas. I'm giving you guys homework that you need to go see, or we all need it, because I still need to see it. We all need to go see Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Dude, that thing is second biggest opening.
Yep. So that needs to happen so we can talk about reactions and everything. But
amazing.
Anyways,
go see it.
For our listeners, for our viewers, thank you so much for joining us this time. Till next time, TTFN, Sats out.
Good night, everybody.